Okay, students. First of all, we have to know what is economic growth. What is economic growth? We are always trying to make our economic growth. Okay, so what is economic growth? In a particular time, the rate of increase of the total market value of the produced goods and services of a country is called the economic growth. For at a particular time, the rate of increasing the total market value, increasing the total market value of the produced goods and services of a country is called the economic growth. So the higher the total market value, the higher the economic growth for a particular time. And generally, the annual rate of increased GDP is known as the economic growth. The annual rate of increased GDP is known as the economic growth. So, what is economic growth? At a particular time, the rate of increase of total market value of produced goods and services of a country is called economic growth. And next, the natural rate of increase of GDP is also called the economic growth. How the economic growth can be measured? Okay, the economic growth can be measured by the rate of increase of per capita income. By the rate of increase in per capita income. If the per capita income is increased, then we can say that there is growth in economy. Okay, so with a proper definition, economic growth is an increase in the production of goods and services over a specific period. To be most accurate, the measurement must remove the effects of inflation. We have to calculate the total market value, not the inflation. In inflation, the price of the products or services is increased, but we will not calculate the inflation. We will take the accurate measure of total market value. Okay, and in economic growth creates more profit for business. As a result, stock prices rise, and that gives the company the capital to invest and hire more employees. Whenever there is economic growth, then the company can get more profit. And if it gets more profit, the price of the stock of that company will rise. And if it happens, then they can create more opportunities of employment, and these will create more production, and these will attract the investors to invest. Okay, so economic growth is related to the production, it is related to the profit, and related to the total market value. Whenever there is economic growth, there is development in any business organization. Okay, so let's go for the next slide. So, after we have learned about the economic growth and what is economic development. Both the concepts are different. Don't mix it up. Economic growth and economic development. Both are separate concepts, different concepts. Okay, so what is economic development? Economic development does not only mean the economic growth. It does not mean the economic growth. As a result, the economic development, people's per capita income increases. Whenever there is economic development, per capita income increases. And that occurs when the qualitative change in economy, such as what kind of change? Qualitative change, as increasing the people's consumption. Consumption of the people will increase, employment will increase, and the overall development through the technology will increase. So there can be economic development. And in economic development, the process is it is simple. There is low income national economies are transformed into modern industrial economies. Through economic development, low income national economy can be transformed into a modern economy, modern industrial economy through the economic development. And for these, we have to make clear what is the difference between economic growth and economic development. And in our previous slide, we have seen that economic growth where our income is where the total market value is taken. Okay, and whenever there is economic growth, the business grows, the employment grows. Okay, rate of the GDP grows. And in economic development, we will calculate from a low income country economy to the modern industrial economy. So that will be development. And here we will also calculate the per capita income. Okay, so what's the difference? What's the difference between the economic growth and economic development? Let's see. For economic growth, only the increase in total national income is enough. Only the increase in total national income is enough, that is GDP. But for economic development, it must be understood that there has been a qualitative change in growth. Not only in national income, but the qualitative change in the growth of economic condition is needed for economic development. What is that? Economic growth is a phenomenon of market productivity and it increases in GDP. Market productivity and increases in GDP. It is related to economic growth. Okay, and economic development has qualitative changes in economy. Qualitative changes in economy. That I have explained that there should be qualitative changes in economy, that a country will be developed from low income to modern industrial economy. Okay, so whenever we are making a difference between economic growth and development, economist, Nobel laureate economist Amartya Sen describes the economic growth as the one aspect of the process of economic development. Economic growth is just one aspect for economic development. It is said by the economist Amartya Sen. Economic growth is just a element or component for economic development. So we can say that economic development is equal to economic growth and qualitative changes in economy. Qualitative changes in economy. The quality of the economy will change. Okay, so this is the difference between economic development and economic growth. Economic growth is part or process of economic development, but economic development will involve qualitative changes in economy. This is the main difference between them. Okay, so let's start with other concepts.